What's up, everybody? Look, it's time for another Average Mindset Monday. Look, we upgraded a little bit, as you can see. However, so listen to me. Today, I'm just talking to you about how to stop holding yourself back, right? And a lot of you have hit me up and you'd be like, man, how did you get to where you're getting? How do successful people get to these particular points in their life? All that stuff. And I'm trying to explain it to you here today, right? And so I got three things for you. I want you to really write this down as I go through it, because these are things, although simple, those are the things that are really holding you back in your life. So number one, and we'll just hop right into it, right? So you always looking at what you can't do versus what you can do, right? And I listen to people all the time. They're always sitting here saying, well, Corey, I can't really accomplish this because of, and they start listing all these circumstances on why they can't do it. Well, Corey, I didn't get the same hand that I was dealt as you. Well, what hand was I dealt? Because I come from a small town. I was raised by a single mother. Shout out to my dad who's in my life, yes. But what hand was I dealt that was so much different than other people? There are people who were handed worse hands than I was, worse hands than they were. But that person always looks at what they can't do, why they can't do it, what barriers in front of them. And to be honest with you, you're not confident in your skill set. And I was there at one point in time too, because I started to listen to myself and say, no one cared what I had to say. I started listening to myself and say, no, I wasn't delivering things correctly. I didn't have a message that was really going to resonate with people, until other people started to affirm that with me. But I was doing the work. The work allowed people to then affirm my skill set. See, what happens is a lot of y'all just want to do some work, or y'all just want some people to come up to you and then say, this is what you should be doing. But you haven't put any work in. You haven't done anything for anybody to come up to you and say, hey, when you said this is what helped me. When you taught me this is what helped me. Whenever you perform in this particular action, this is how you help me do something. So I want you to think about that for a second. What your cans versus your can'ts, right? So I want you to start to tell yourself every single day what you can do. When someone comes up to you, I can do this for you. When an opportunity comes up, I can do it. Whether you're good at it or not, you can do it. Right? So the second part of this is, I want you to start to think about, what are your boundaries? And I posted about this the other day, and because it's very big for people. Once you start growing, you have to start setting boundaries to yourself, because the issue that you're going to run into is everyone's going to try to take advantage of you. And you're growing as a human being, and you're growing as a person, and you're growing in your skills, and your money's growing, and your assets are growing, and all these things are growing, and everybody wants to take advantage of it. Like, I need you to set boundaries for yourself. I need you to start learning how to say no. I need you to start telling people, no, I don't have the capacity for that. I can't take this on right now. I can't help you with this particular thing. Start setting your boundaries. You can't call me every single day to vent to me about all the problems that you have, because you keep thinking about what you can't do, when I'm over here showing you what you can do. I don't have time for it. If anything, I'm going to start charging you like a therapist, because that's what I really am at this point. Set your boundaries for people. Also set boundaries for yourself. No, you don't need to go to happy hour every single day. You're trying to figure out what you should be doing with your life, but then you're out partying every day. Y'all getting high. Y'all getting drunk every single day. I'm not saying one drink is bad, but what I am saying is that when you're supposed to be working on something, and then you're going to your vice every single day, and you might be playing video games 4 or 5 hours a day after work. And you're saying that you want to build a business. You're saying, I want to get to this particular level. I want to grow within a company. I want to get promoted. But then you do 1 hour work a day, and then you say, hey, I think that should be fine. You haven't done any additional research to educate yourself on anything, right? Use that time, but you would rather go hang out somewhere, and then you're going to justify it to yourself and say, well, I got to wind down somehow, right? That's a lot of terms people use. I got to wind down somehow. Right? So set your boundaries for yourself. Where should you go? Set it: people, places, and things. What are those boundaries for those? What are your boundaries for people? What are your boundaries for places? What are your boundaries for things? Because a lot of you haven't set boundaries. You're trying to save up money. You want to buy a house. You want to get something particular upgrade for yourself. And then you keep blowing your money on other stuff. Set your boundaries. And so the final thing, I'm going to leave you off with this, right? So we talked about setting boundaries, and a lot of it is places and people and things and this type of nature. But set your boundaries, or I should say, you need to set what your environment is. Because when I talk to my friends, we talk about moves that we can be making. When I talk to my friends, we talk about things that we can be doing. When I talk to my friends, we talk about where we're going to be in 5 years. What are we building right now? We haven't talked to anything about, well, I don't really think that this should happen. I don't really think that I'm confident enough to do these things. And I'm going to just break it down simply. A lot of you can't get the girl that you want because your friends don't know how to get girls. A lot of you're saying, I can't get the job that I want to get because your friends can't get the job that they want to get. And every time you start talking to them about what you're trying to do, they're going to tell you can't do it. And now your friends are your biggest haters. When in reality, the environments that you're in should be productive, right? The people that you're around should be productive. And the things that you're doing should be productive. Y'all see these books behind me? I read 99% of them. That 1% is just books that I bought that I still need to get to. I could show y'all my Audible library here because I'm going to take the time to do things that are productive for myself. Most of you scrolling 3-4 hours on this when you could be scrolling to do something productive, to learn something. It kills me every time somebody comes up to me and they say, man, I want to have this $1 billion empire and I want to do these things. And I say, cool. So what do you offer business wise? And they're like, oh man, I don't really know yet. You should be researching, right? Or they know what they want to do. I say, okay, cool. How much does it cost? You don't know how much it costs. But we got all these ideas. What environment are you in? Had a really good talk with my friend. We were shooting some content that's going to be dropped for y'all as well. And we were talking about these things, that the environment, man, I'm thinking about these things all the time. I need to be around people who are talking about these same things. I need to be around places that are doing these same things. I need to be around people that are doing the same things that I'm doing, because that's going to uplift me. That's going to put me in a spot to where I can go get it. So look, I'm going to leave y'all with that. That's your average mindset Monday for today. So just remember, stop holding yourself back, right? Set your boundaries, talk about what you can do, and then figure out what environment you need to be in to actually succeed.